everybody. If you're joining us here for the other side of it, as we have our next part of the game, we're ready to show you off with its NBA crossover from the NHL and the NBA. I'm Infamous Beast, and I'm here with Jay. That's right, guys. This next part of the game, as we're getting ready to get this thing set, is our next part of the game of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Game 4. Well, first game starts here at 7 p.m. as we're getting ready to take things on with the first matchup. The matchup we have is the Boston Celtics as they're taking on against the Orlando Magic back at Kia Center. The last time we seen things, Boston Celtics definitely knocked out the Orlando Magic by a 3-0 in the series. But this time, they're running out of options. Will the Orlando Magic win the fourth game, or will the Boston Celtics knock down in a shutout first round to move on to the second round to wait its winner between the Knicks or the Pistons? We're going to be seeing things, what goes on with the next take, and it might be one for anyone who can definitely win for all. And now for my next commentary partners, I have one of our takes in. This time, across from me is Tyler Beast. He's along with Boomer. And the third commentary of the crew is So True. We'll see you all later, everybody, for our post-game show once this coverage has been concluded for the Celtics and Magic. And then later, we'll step around the other side as we'll get ready for the Lakers against the Warriors here at Chase Center. Right now, the Golden State Warriors are up in the lead 2-1 over the Lakers. Let's hope if there's any change in. Let's get going. Celtics, Magic, next on 2K Sports. Let's roll. And as we got the fans ready for the players, they're all dressed in, getting ready to approach the locker room. Hey everybody, I'm Tyler Beast, and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Boomer and So True. Tonight's part of the matchup is the Eastern Conference first round, as the Magic take on against the Celtics. I'm also here with So True, and standing on the reporter side is David Eldridge. We've got a big ton of action here as this comes down to the wire. If the Magic survives, they will move on to game number 5. If they don't, then their season is over. Now on the finishing of the start, we have all 5 players ready to get this thing going. Bancho is with Wagner. Then it's Carwell Pope with on the center guard Carter Jr. And in the wing, point guard position, Paulo Bancho. And for the Celtics, we have is Jason Tatum. He's along with Drew Holiday. Then it's Jaylen Brown. And then across it's Derek White and finally KP, Kristaps Porzingis. Let's get this thing started, and here we go. Holiday starts it off, he will find Brown. Brown with the drive, and this one will start the first drive in for Brown. This will be his first bucket in for game number 4. Every time we game, we've really seen anything about Jaylen Brown. It's really like him elevate certain steps. He's been shown to pass the Carter Jr. with the 3-pointer and a rebound to put it in by Jason Tatum. That's his first rebound of the night here for the Boston Celtics. Tatum now gives it over to Brown. Brown setting over the screen. He'll give it to White. They give back to Brown. Ball's tipping it, and it'll be a jump ball between Ventura and Wagner and Brown. Next player of the team will win the jump ball, and they will have their own possession. And it will be the Celtics ball as this will keep alive. And it's stolen by Ventura. And Jalen Suggs passed over. Cardwell Pope slams it down. Howard is rolls it the other way, and now time for 2. Oh, what the fans need to say now? That's like the biggest slam down I've ever seen from Cardwell Pope. It's a big finishing in it, too. Over to White. White with the finish. Gets us back. Now finds Holiday. He'll swing it to Brown. Brown slides back. Now finds Holiday. Over again to White. White down to 4. For a drive and a foul. That'll be KCP's first personal foul. Their first team foul for the Magic. And now the free throw line coming up will be the Boston Celtics. Derek White. The doorway has some little communication in it. He doesn't start things often. When he just had that little lift up, you don't get the good start off. So the free throw is going to be starting off for the Boston Celtics with only 6:26 remaining in the first quarter. You may have remembered, all of you guys, because they made it to the first round, but the rematch here against the Knicks was turned around. And even if you know, one of you all Boston Celtics fans, if you're one of them, we're really sorry. And this turned to be like it was a disappointment that the Knicks definitely really wanted to shock them down. And I know about Clover. She feels a little depressed and sad. But hey, it's not about that game. It's all what everybody takes. Yeah, I understand about that. I mean, this is definitely what happens with Boston Celtics. They lose in Game 6 at the Garden. And with that, their season ends. It's just happening. A great night. Means the bleed green between Brown, Tatum, White, and Russell players. We couldn't do it without them. They agreed. I always agree with them, and that definitely understands it. With the Boston Celtics, we all love to see him return somehow by next season. It's been a great year for them. Carter Jr. is on KP. On a shot, it's blocked by KP. That'll be his first rejection of the night. What a great start off to him. That doesn't really make that one change for KP. The first start rejection. Now here's Wagner. Wagner with the spin around. And KP with 2 blocks in a row. A great solid start for the Boston Celtics as he has 2 blocks in a game. What I said now about KP was not really what I always expected it for. This is what the great start puts in for KP's first 2 rejections. And Wagner goes right through in the win, and he slams it down. Now here's Holiday with the ball with 5:24 remaining. In the first quarter, Holiday looking around, now finds it again to White. White, the pass to Brown. Brown slides back. Holiday takes over to Tatum. 5 to shoot. Step up for 2. That'll be a first bucket in for Jason Tatum. He has his first 2-pointer. You remember what we heard about as Jason Tatum during against the Knicks game in game number 4. He'd broken his wrist here on an ankle and he was knocked down. After that happened, it was turning to be a disastrous how this turned out. And we know that he fell down to the floor, and it looks like he is all finished without the team. Yeah, it's been like a disaster for Jason Tatum, and I always knew about everything for how he has done for it. When he went down on the ground for that last part of the game, in game number 4, it was nothing but they changed it. They go for the living and for once. Sometimes it doesn't bring him for the win if nobody takes it. Yeah, it's just what happens with Jason Tatum. It's just really like, it kind of sucks though. But hey, I'm not letting it go down one after one. So it might be one, it could be the other. It could be one word in that. Here's Tatum. The finishing drive. That'll make it easy touch. And that'll be 4 points in the game for Jason Tatum. It's a great start off. Jason Tatum's doing really on a good start. But it looks like that we'll have to try to watch the ankle if something moves on. Shot no good. Rebound by Wagner. They'll get it back. And a rebound in here. Great stop here by Jason Tatum as he sets up for his 4th rebound of the night. Jason Tatum with his 4th rebound. He'll set again to Brown. And a Brown pass. Tatum for 2. That one sinks the true total for number 2-pointer. He has 6 points in the game with only 3:25 left. Just what those fans reacting to. Jason Tatum is really on a great start. Didn't really think it was going to be as accurate to make that accuracy shot. First timeout given by Orlando Magic with only 3:23 left to remain. Now, I called this one here for Jason Tatum. He was really like just percentage when he really gets it all to. And with that shot, it was definitely what he was been playing and practicing for before the postseason. And I know he was one of our sons that he really enjoys it. And enjoying for his lifetime can definitely mean that Jason Tatum is one of our big stars. You know, I've seen so many of us when other people are around from Jason Tatum, we really love his appreciation. It gives her a legendary that has for him. And what his quote would say, what his lifetime would go, I say that Jason Tatum is definitely one of our big takes that he does for him. And what to say now is, just keep having fun. It's basketball. And at the end of the day, we all want to win. So everybody has to sacrifice when you want to be a part of something special. We know that's definitely for him. It doesn't stand out there like trying to make him finish it if he does for him. Exactly. That's what I always know about him. Jason Tatum says, make it fun, make it easy. Now back on the court, and so now the Magic are making new changes here. And Jonathan Isaac's on the court. Status thing for Jason Tatum, he's really like showing all his best. Indeed so. Now here's Harris, he's right to the wing on Brown. As a new replacement for the Celtics, we have his Pritchard on Black. The pass to Isaac for three. The rebound by Vitatse, up it goes. Can't get the rebound back in. Jason Tatum rolls over to Brown, and now Sam Hauser is right to our wing. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Sets to Brown, looks to Tatum. Tatum. In the middle, on the drive, got it to go. That's Jason Tatum with 8 points in the game. He's 4 for 4. Of course, I see so many others. Jason Tatum is a great starter to put it in for the first quarter. Now here's to Silva, up on 2, got it to go. That'll be the first 2-pointer for the Silva, and it's now a 14-8 game. Only 2:27 remaining in the first quarter. Brown now finds it again to Pritchard. Pritchard giving a look over to hand Sam Hauser, and a reporter for David Aldridge talking in from Joe Mazzulla as we really are keeping these in games. This is what we do to keep things moving. We don't hang it up. We just have to play it for every single game along the way. Let's play in who we are. Don't make a mess of it. And a rebound, and this one's last touch by Black, and it'll be Celtics ball. That'll be the first turnover for Orlando. Checking out for Kristaps Porzingis this season was 19 points, and only free throws was 81%. Now here's Pritchard right to her wing as he sets it up to Tatum. Tatum passes over to Brown. Brown gets to Pritchard. Pritchard, here's a 3 for Brown. And that will be missed off the target. And DeSilva with the rebound. Pass to Black. And Black with a dunk. It goes right in the middle. Down 90 seconds left in the first period. First quarter. Pritchard will set over to Hauser. Hauser will send it over to Tatum. Tatum watching it. With their baseline, jump for shots, good. Jason Tatum's 10 points in the game. And we're just nearing down to a final minute in the first quarter. Well, that wasn't my story. I was looking at Jason Tatum. This is the better stepper. It just doesn't really kick it off to show how it is. They've really never seen it like every time before. How would this first quarter be if that Jerry Tatum gets his perfect start from 5 for 5? Over Al Horford, and that shot misses. And the rebound puts in by Al Horford the other way. He'll settle over now to Brown. Brown, pass to Pritchard. Pritchard with the screen. Over to Horford, it's stolen by Vitatse. Black's got the ball. Slides it back. Inside zone, on a drive, it's good for Anthony Black. That'll be his second bucket of the game. And only 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Brown has it. He's over now to Jason Tatum. Tatum, watching the time go down. Looks like the bounce pass out Horford. Fades, outside, Brown, for a buzz beater, and that one's off the rim. That will end the first quarter. Celtics up by 4, 16 over 12. Second quarter is coming up next, underway, back in Orlando in just a few moments. And if you're just tuning us, We're getting ready for the second quarter back in Orlando. A great start here for the Boston Celtics. They only had made its way 16-12. And a little status here for the first quarter. Let's have your takes here, Lorenzo. How did it hit? Well, I didn't say it was going to be a great start afterwards. And what they say now is that Boston Celtics really started off that one strong. Perfection. Didn't really think it was going to be easy enough. Yeah, I totally agree. I wouldn't see anything like this. I think there might be one change up for the Magic, but they need to get over this. So hopefully there might be some change up that they get to. As for some line groups, and right now as the Boston Celtics and Magic are ready to get this thing going. It's Hauser. He's with Drew Holiday. Then it's Derek White. And Luke Hornets on the court. And KP's on court as well. After the offensive fouls on the Magic, here's Porzingis. Porzingis, outside corner three for White, good. That'll be White's three-pointers with 5 points in the game. A 19-12 run, Celtics. Franz Wagner. Dish over to Caldwell Pope, and right toward the middle. Big save here, and a rebound puts by Wagner. He makes it in. That'll be another two-pointer on the rebound, and it's now a 19-14 game. Didn't see that one was going to change it. Wagner's really like giving this little rebound a nice take. Pass back to Holiday, and here's a number three for White. The other corner, no good. Ran right toward the bleachers. And now it's Caldwell Pope. Right to our middle. Jump up. No good. KP with the rebound. He now sends it over to White. Here's a finish off for White. And he will not get it in time as Suggs with the rebound. There's Suggs finds KCP with the screen. Rolling around a bit. Step up for two. And rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis gets his third rebound of the night with only 6:30 remaining. Porzingis finds to get pass again to White. White slows things down, now finds again to Holiday. Holiday looks over it again to Hauser. Hauser pass to Porzingis. Around the back, and we'll get a two-pointer in. That will be for Porzingis, his first two-pointer. It just doesn't work that way. I mean, that's what happens with the first two-pointer. This really gives up and off tracks. His target range won't be easy enough if this one takes in from a carry. Here's Wagner. Wagner. Step up for two. That one rebounded by Cornette. Cornette slows the pressure. Now finds Holiday. Holiday gives over to Cornette. Up for two. Back stepper. No good. Wagner with the rebound. Over now to Suggs. Suggs slides back. The screen. And right to her middle. Caldwell Pope for three. That one 6 and triple from the outside of the court. 21-17 to score. Here's White. 5:10 to go in the first half of the game. They'll send it over to Holiday. Trying to look clearly around as Hauser when he changes. And a reporter for David Aldridge talking about Mosley from the head coach of the Magic. He has been choosing what is better take-ins on his own use. This energy inbounding is the life-threatening to make the skill out of it. But when he does happen to play for most of it, he just needs to give it off the change. Immediately, I know that it doesn't make anyone feel like we're really back into this. It was nothing to give that one a good company by those two, and nothing was really like showing off how we're going to get it done. They really have to start focusing on a lot of intentional on your skills, and without that, it's not going to be possible enough if anybody gets it. Here's White now finds Hauser, 4 to shoot. Cornette over Wagner. That shot for Cornette no good. He's missing everything. That's what happens with Cornette. He's not looking like comfortable at all. Oh, Suggs! Just had that one with a slam dunking down. Now here's Drew Holiday with the ball. Here's Cornette. In corner. KP through three. That one will send the triple from the corner range on the near baseline. He has 5 points. Back to a 4-point lead for the Celtics. Timeout given by the Atlanta Magic with 3:41 remaining. in the first half. Oh man, we are flying down that fast. I don't know how, but this is something like flying as fast as possible. There is no stopping to this advantage. Well, I gotta say now, I mean, this would be like almost like impossible enough. If we make it to the end of the first half that quickly, it wouldn't be fair at all. But I felt like that this would be more like helpful enough. I mean, can't go wrong with that. If anything gets over it, there's a solution that we can end the first half. You guys think so? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we might say so. End the first half from here. All right. Well, as we get nearing the halftime report, we have Ernie Johnson along with Katie Jen Smith and Shiloh Dio. That will be the first half coming up after this first half of the game. And the halftime show will be next after this coverage. So, with that being said, it's a little bit of a start tightness here between Orlando and Boston. Let's hope the Bears won for the best. Now back to this gameplay average. And now as they're ready to get this thing settled in, Black is back on the court. And joining us here is Torian Craig. He's right on the court. Chara now gets to White. Joseph on him. And here's Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony passed to Black. Black on Brown. Screen on Manchero. With a cutting motion. Moving around over Brown. And there is no foul to give. And it's now rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis gets his fourth rebound of the night, and he will now find the draw. Gives to Porzingis. Porzingis pass back to White. White gives to Craig. Slides it back. Here's a three for White. And good. From outside range. He has 8 points in the game. This is just an easy flop. That's for White. He was making it easy. Joseph. Oh, what? He knocked the ball out of his hand and will keep the magic ball alive. That's what something I really expected to see that. First rejection, so we're on. And how about looking for Franz Wagner for this season? Well, I guess that this season will be okay, but it didn't seem like it wasn't enough. Hopefully, there just might be enough exchange in if anything gets away. And the finishing drive puts in for Manchero. That'll be another 2-pointer. And here's another take in for the Boston Celtics. Holiday. Slides back to Craig. Craig. Holiday for 3. That one sinks into the corner. Makes another 3-pointer. He has 5. And here's Joseph on White. White trying to watch on him. Joseph sets the screen. Wendell Carter Jr. from outside. Only 2 minutes in the first half of the game. Carter Jr. Anthony outside with the cut for the 2. That was no good. It's rebounded by Torian Craig. He's got his first rebound of the night, and they'll send it again to Holiday. Holiday. Give again to KP. Brown, Carter Jr. and good. It's right in. Another 2-pointer for Boston Celtics. He's 3 for 3 at the field goal range. Yes, he's perfect. I mean, just like Jason Tatum, you don't just have to do it often if you get over. Rebound here by Carter Jr. Solid D by Porzingis. He's got his 5th rebound of the night, and this will now give to Drew Holiday. In corner, right near the baseline. Sets to Brown. And we're down to 1 minute remaining in the first half of the game. Brown. For the finish. Oh! Wow! Unbelievable! There's no stopping on Jaylen Brown. That was like high flyer. How could you knock down Manchero? Wow! That was a monster killer. I know. That's crazy enough afterwards. That's like Brown jam. What a nice and terrific highlight presented by the AT&T, the 5G Slam Cam. And another block by KP. That's 3 in a row. Looks over to Torian Craig. He'll try to slow things down here as Craig will now give it to Holiday. And now he will try to give to White. White for the finish on the try, and there will be a foul on the Magic. That'll be Joseph's first personal foul. First team foul for Orlando Magic. And 30 seconds remaining in the first half. It'll be White shooting 2. Doesn't really think it wasn't that possible enough for Derek White, and this really got a little bunched down, a stammer. Didn't think it wasn't going to be easy enough to try to fix things in. Derek White makes the first free throw. Now some new changes here on the court, as this will be new placements for Craig and Porzingis as he's checked off the court, and coming back on is Tatum and Horford. And for the Magic, we have a new change-off here, as there will be a couple players checked out and a couple players are checked in for new players on the Magic. White knocks down the second free throw. Now here's Black. Black slides back. Drew Holiday on it. Sliding around back and forth. In with the shot. And that went swatted away by Al Horford. Here's Jason Tatum. Over to White. And we'll have to leave it from here as this one goes right into the rim. No interference here on the rim. And I'll end the first half. 3:24 is the score, and we are taking a break here as we stand by for the halftime show. It was a lot of extension. Time to go over to courtside, David Aldrich.
Thanks, guys. Here with Jason Tatum. You have been rolling early. How did you get in that rhythm?
Just staying aggressive. Just continue to get in the gym and see something going in. It feels good to see him go in early. It feels good to have a good start. Hopefully keep it up.
Yeah, it was flowing great in that first half, Jay. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you very much. We will see you all later, back everybody, for the third quarter after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. At one point they were ahead by 8 points. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
They went such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take good, not doing a great job.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, they're not finding good shots, and that starts with their ball movement. Too much hero basketball. They need to sharpen up the attack. More motion, quick cuts, get the ball inside. There's no way they're coming back with that type of play.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And if you're just tuning in, we welcome you back at Kia Center for the start of the third quarter. As we start for Jason Tatum, he has perfect 30 field goal range. He has 5 and 5. Along with Derek White and their team, it wasn't easy now to make the change go afterwards. Well, I gotta say now, Derek White and Jason Tatum, they're really doing like a hard one to pick up. Only KP and Jason Tatum are definitely like on a better start. It might be just one take that could lead into anything. I say so too. That one could be a great starter for them. And we're back with the second quarter as we're ready to get this thing started for the second half. Holiday is with on Derek White. And it's Porzingis right towards center. And it's Brown right to small forward. And Jason Tatum in front for power forward. What a great drive here. That was from Paolo Banchero, and he makes a finishing drive, an easy touch. Tatum find the pass to Holiday. Outside Tatum. Tatum looks over to Brown. Brown sidesteps it for 2. And that one will take it in for Jaylen Brown as he has 8 points in the game. Here's Suggs. The screen by Banchero. Off to Carter Jr. Into the middle and a slam down. It'll be on Paulo Banchero. He takes a nice range to have it in the ring. This is really like unexpected how this changes out. I was really sure that this would change optimally to give that one a good look. Carl Pope delivers a slam down. It's another slam down in, and they're back down by 12. Oh boy, this is what they all expected now, but they really got to get over this. Tatum looks over to White. White, pass to Tatum. Tatum delivers off. KP decides to step over to White. White with the drive and a cut inbound, and it's good. He'll count it in one. That'll be White with another 2-pointer. And that's Carwell Pope. That'll be his first. Look at that cut here. That's sometimes you don't see White. And right toward rim, he just had that scooping drive. That was something that they really expected. Now the free throw coming up here will be one shot for Derek White. As right now they stop the clock with only 6:35 left in the third quarter. Nothing that you can expect now for Derek White. That was really like the biggest finish-off drive ever seen, and making it look comfortable and good. I was never seen like this before. This really got a great shot. White will deliver a free throw. It is a 45-30 game. And off the Suggs, right turn wing. Here's Carter Jr. Pass to Carwell Pope. Watching the screen. Makes it pay off. Right over to Carter Jr. and he misses again. Derek White with his second rebound of the night. And he'll send it again for Porzingis. Porzingis tries to give to White. Now finds Tatum. Tatum sidesteps the move. Missed the drive, and that will be off the target for the field goal range. Right turn in middle, and Carter Jr. with a slam dunk down. Timeout given by the Celtics. 45-32 is the score, and we're under 6 minutes to remain in the third quarter. Well, they've never made it to the first round before. Evansville and the Orlando Magic, they got to find a way to get through this. And as we've seen here before, this one was not really the easy take in or the option. Do you think that this is a possible one, or are we able to see it easy enough to make them move on to the next round? Well, I'm going to say that they're going to definitely get lost out of it, so if they stay alive, then I believe that this is going to be on the next take in. I was never seeing like this, but hopefully by that time, they're going to get back into this one, and hopefully that playoff will be rushing and bounding, and they can definitely try to win this one game again. So that way, they'll get enough into a nice momentum, and the key is a great way to have this whole take off. I'm probably looking forward to seeing this if the Magic can definitely try to pull it back in. You know, that's definitely what they all expected now, to bring it back in and then move them on to the next round. It's kind of impossible what they usually do for that. That's what they do for their next step. There might be a finish drive to them. Some new line group changes here for the Celtics and for the Magic for an offense and defense. Taking a look at Derek White, you may have just always realized that this is one take that he does for him. When you have no choice, you have played for Derek White on a better range to start things off. That's where he makes a good call and reference, make a good counterplay. Richard now finds White. White finds the pass to Brown. Here's Tatum for the three. That one sinks the triple. That will be 13 points for Jason Tatum. It's a 48-32 lead. Talk about that when Jason Tatum is definitely on a great slot start. He makes it really feel good. Not really anything that can be happy about that. Here's Banchero with the drive. He makes it in. That one rolls in with 8 points. A lot of defensive breakdowns put it in for the Boston Celtics. And they are losing it oftenly. They do not want to leave this one at all. They just really want to escape and survive. Richard finds the pass to White. White with the drive and a foul is going to be on the Magic. That'll be his third foul for Contavious Caldwell Pope. And his next team foul will put it in for Orlando. You see Joe Marshall's reaction. That was something that he was not looking to do. You can't just cut the drive in if the defender's on you. Free throw coming up for Derek White. He's at the free throw line shooting 2. He misses the first free throw. Now we're going to change the spirit, coming back on the court, and Franz Wagner and Cole Anthony. Subbing in for Carter Jr. and Carl Willa Popes will be checked out as Suggs moves to shooting guard position. And he'll sink the second free throw. Magic trying to roll it back in down with a spot. Finds Suggs. And here's Wagner. Right over to Banchero. Right in the middle. On a tape. Oh, he couldn't able to finish a dunk for Banchero. He loses one again. Oh, that is dangerous afterwards. That one really raced up with the sludge. And there'll be an offensive foul. That's going to be Derek White's first foul. And it'll be a turnover for Orlando Magic. Taking a look at the status over here, they are currently in second place, while the Knicks are definitely behind with the 51 wins in the game. They were not seemingly surprised enough, but they might be able to play them again. Of course they would. Maybe this might be a great spot that could definitely make the change. Blocked by KP. What a tip it out, and he just had 4 in a row for the rejection. Wow, that's nothing but I was really seeing things. That was a great rejection here. Got a good timing. It's a bit off the lane. And he just did it again. And off to Brown. The bounce pass back to Tatum. Tatum. For the step up. He makes it 2. Now we Jason Tatum with 15 points in the game. 7 out of 8 field goal range with only 5 rebounds. And here's Anthony for the finish. Got a good rebound here for Jason Tatum. That's a 6. Over to Porzingis. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Tatum tripping in for another 3. That one's missed. Rebound by White. And off to KP. Fades. Finds Brown. 8 to shoot. Tries to give to Pritchard. Pritchard. KP up. And he couldn't get up to it. Great D by Banchero as he pulls in to lock things up on the next defensive rebound. Now Suggs sets a screen for Wagner. Right turn middle. And blocked again by KP. He's got 5 this time. Oh, shut the front door. That was nothing I was believing on. KP was really putting a shutdown on them. Tatum rolls back to Pritchard. Here's White for a triple range. That's good. Another 3-pointer for the Celtics. He has 19 points for Derek White. And Wagner will take this timeout with only under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 54-34, up for extension by 20. And we will have to take a few minutes to just step aside to get next up, bring in some next duration. And it's still like a biggest lead here. They've never seen anyone does. That one makes that triple range easier. Now with some new changes here for the Orlando Magic and for the Celtics. We have one of our big takes here as Jonathan Isaac is back on the court. He'll be checking in for Batadze. And here's Suggs. You'll find Black over again to Harris. Gary Harris is back on the court. Only 2:45 remaining in the third quarter as we get things underway. Anthony will try to 3, but he didn't make that in time. That's another miss by Orlando Magic. Tatum's got his 8th rebound of the night, and he'll send it over to White. White rolling it in, now finds again at Tatum. Tatum pulls it over, now finding Pritchard. Pritchard fades, looks to White. White with the 2. That was another double range. That one was a tricky shot, but he makes it in. 21 points in the game. This is like a tricky range. What happens to Derek White? He was really like getting everything. There was nothing I was really seeing this. That one was really over the line. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's Tatum. Bounce pass to Pritchard. Up with 2. Won't get it in. Pritchard with another miss here, an opportunity. And here's Black. Black on Sam Hauser. Pass to Isaac. Tatum watching on him. Finds Black. Black looks to Anthony. Anthony, the screen by Batatse, and there'll be a reach on Al Horford. That'll be his first personal foul. Now it can change his gear as coming back on the court will be Da Silva checking in for Anthony. Now here's Harris, right toward wing, finds Da Silva, back outside to Isaac. With a step-up three, he didn't take it in there, but Batatse will take his rebound to put for 2 points. Pritchard with the ball. Magic didn't really think it was going to be happening at that point, but all that would be is definitely a shocking awe. They didn't seem like it wasn't going to be the winner at this point. Yeah, every time I just realized that nothing really sets it in, and that score was put in overturned. When I'm Magic guy, I really love seeing things. It's how they put up a great rebound, and they had a good season. They're definitely doing amazing work out there to make it back into the postseason. They earned their spot into the postseason after breaking the play-in tournaments, and they are making their way back into the playoffs for 2 times in a row. It was something really easy enough that I was really seeing things when this one comes back along. And here's Tatum, a set back to Hauser. Hauser over to Horford, around Batatse, and a great solid D here by Batatse. And here's Harris. Harris sets to Batatse, going for a dunk, he'll do. 58-40 is his score. Only 15 seconds left remaining in the third. 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Horford sets the screen. Pritchard, nowhere to go. Horford, Tatum, clutching for 3, and he nails the triple range. What a take for Tatum. 61-40, what an extension. This never brings out down to the young fella. He definitely done it all. What an excellent 3. And the Celtics might be earning their victory spot to head to the second round. 4th quarter is underway. When we come back, we'll get to the finishing off started. Be back soon after these messages. And we have a moment now to reveal the State Farm assist of the game. Now checking a look over here in this last percentage play. Here's what happens with this. KP was definitely making a good look. Back out to Derek White, and this is what the drive puts in, counted and 1. It was not easy. That was a big scoring drive in this effort. Got him right from here. Finish for today. It's now the 4th quarter. Hope you are having a lot of fun with the first part of the game. Then we'll get back to a crossover back the other way as the Stars will face against the Avalanche next at 8:30. Suggs is with Carl Pope. Carter Jr. is with Faulkner, and Ben Chow is with Power Forward. Jason Tatum looks to Holiday. He'll find to Cornette. Cornette fakes a shot. Now finds Tatum. Here's Tatum. Brown for 3. That one triples the range. That will be another 3-pointer for 11 points. And they're knocking down the Florida team. Exactly. They've always been doing this, but so far, not anyone can definitely play for long range. There's Wagner, and there will be a foul on the Cornette. That'll be the reach for his first personal and the first team foul with 7:19 remaining. It's just how bad start puts it in. It's not really like trying to be looking good afterwards, so you can't start it off like that if you're doing this. Carter Jr. for 3. No good here. Another triple miss here for the Orlando Magic as now Tatum has the ball. He's over now to Cornette. Cornette slings it over to Tatum. Tatum will give it to Drew Holiday. Holiday over for 2. Good D by KCP as a rebound puts up by Carter Jr. Suggs finds Wagner. Wagner in the middle. What a drive. That was a slammer for Wagner. 2 points behind Jaylen Brown. And Suggs with the assist. Oh, might be coming back afterward. I mean, there's a lot of great throwdowns afterwards. They don't stop here. Tyron Craig sets a screen. and give over to Cornet for the shot when he get it. He got the 2-pointer, and that'll be Luke Cornet's first bucket in the game in the fourth quarter. Just waited so long for Luke Cornet to get that entire shot in, but he really had it, and he just got a good look. He stepped out of the backcourt, and that will be a violation. Back to the Celtics ball. Now, as Porzingis will check in for Luke Cornet, he'll finish things up. Here's Tatum with the ball on his way down. Tatum slides a pass over to Holiday. Holiday gives the pass to Tatum. Tatum looks to Craig. Craig on a bounce pass to Porzingis. Around Carter Jr. That one rebounds by Craig and then rolls back to Porzingis and goes back to Tatum. Pocket 6, Tatum with the take. Over to Brown, and he didn't have the right timing. Nobody was there to alley-oop the pass. Here's Banchero on a shot, rebound by Tatum. Rebound puts up back to Porzingis. And here's the cut-in drive for Drew Holiday around Suggs. He will get it. Number 2-pointer puts in for Jalen Suggs on the foul. And that'll be another personal team foul, their first. Here's a great pass for Drew Holiday. That's a great look. That pass goes up, and that one rolls in. It's a better count on that one. So Drew Holiday heads to the free throw line shooting 2. Jason Tatum and Brown moves over to the other guard position. As now Tatum is checked out, and checking back in will be Sam Hauser. And the other side of it, as the new replacement for the Celtics, will be Torian Craig moving over. He'll knock down the free throw here. And coming on the court will be Allen. He will be a start to get this thing a start-off play for the playoffs in game number 4. As right now, Brown will send it over to Walsh. He'll start things off in here for the first and final quarter in the 4th. Now Craig will have his own play inbound. Craig sets a bounce pass to Porzingis. Porzingis gets to Walsh. Walsh will try the 3. Doesn't get it in there that time, and this one's rebounded up by Carter Jr. Here's the middle. Wagner makes it in. Wagner getting another 2-pointer in. We passed 2-minute marks for the 4th quarter and passed under a 5-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Looks over to Brown. Brown steps over to Holiday. And he'll get to Walsh. Walsh, time looking back to Holiday. A take to Walsh, open look. Still gonna get that one at point. Seems like Walsh has to try to give that one a nice clean effort. He's got to roll in for some fingertip. Craig will try the 3. The step up 3, no good. Carwell Pope with the rebound, back the other way he goes. And the pass to Wagner, up and went, and a layup drive puts it in. Franz Wagner, number 2-pointer, and assist by Carwell Pope. 69-46 is the score. This is a long way down. They just need to be doing a nice take in, but they just couldn't get doing this until they have the next 2-quarter down. Now the pass to Holiday. Holiday with a drive. Rebound by Walsh. Up it goes. He will get a 2-pointer. That'll be his first 2-pointer for Walsh, as he has a first 2 in the bucket score in the playoffs. This is the big start for Walsh, as he's really trying to get all of the use of the effort. He didn't really start that oftenly, but it looks like now it just turned to be like it's all for anyone. Anthony, drive, it'll be in. Number 2-pointer for Cole Anthony, and down to 3:20 left to remain in the 4th quarter. Here's Holiday. A set to Brown. Brown looking over, now finds again on Holiday. Holiday pass to Craig. Craig now finds Holiday. And here's the take to Brown. Brown, toward the middle, with the finish, scoop, and gets it to go. That'll be Brown's 13 points of the game. He's looking very on strong stride out there, doesn't he? Yeah, he is. Jaylen Brown has been like a finished strong pace on a lockdown. Good deep by Torian Craig. Step back for the 2. And he'll have a rebound here as Craig will have a rebound. He'll give to Brown. Brown now finds Walsh. Walsh. Pass to Holiday. Holiday. Lost the ball. And rebounded by Wagner. Here's Carmelo Pope. For the drive. Will Anthony. Oh, a slam. Beating it over. What a take. Now that's what you're not even seeing things. Cole Anthony was really taking two-hand dunk down, and he cannot take out the big Pope. What a drive in and a slam presented by the AT&T 5G Slam Kit. Now he will try to get over to Brown this time. And now finds Porzingis, rolls over Holiday, and we're approaching down to a 2-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Porzingis up. Good finger roll here. This will be another 2-pointer for 9 points. And Craig with the assist. Well, that's it now. I mean, they just really couldn't finish up the job. It's all over. They definitely feel like it's not always easy when they get this one thing done. Here's a drive. And that one makes a stop here by Porzingis as he'll give to Holiday. And now back to Porzingis. Looks over to Holiday. Holiday swings to Porzingis, and he's fouled. That'll be Carter Jr.'s first personal and his second team foul for Orlando.
That's it. It's already over. And they just did not really care about it and let it be. They don't really just play it optimally at all the time. When no one does have anything, they just couldn't get that one-pointer in there. That's because of KP. He was really mashed out. He just couldn't get over this at the right time. He really lost that angle. Didn't think it was going to make a comeback.
So KP will knock down the first free throw, and the new substitutions will be Pritchard and Hauser. Of course, Walsh was definitely playing it, but he just made a great finish here for the first part of the game in game number 4. It was totally the hard work that he done for, so with that, we'll give him a salute to credit for him to make the finish of it.
Yeah, of course, I'd really say that Walsh was definitely trying this hard. On his way best, wasn't really easy enough for him making a 2-pointer slam.
Now Cole Anthony will finish things off from here, and then the last line group skier for the next play inbounding. And now KCP right to our wing. Here's a drive right to our middle. And he'll get that rebound. Torian Craig will take his timeout with 1:25 remaining for the last change. We are almost down to the wire, and then we'll get the next game soon. Avs and Stars coming on their way next. And we'll step aside of court in just a bit. Alright, it's now time to present your New Balance Player of the Game. Tonight's Player of the Game goes to Jason Tatum.
One of the biggest concerns about Jason Tatum is the process of this number 0. The one take that he does for a wall, he makes it a great set-in skill. He just had a great confidence on his own shot. The scores is just amazing. When Jason Tatum has a lot of confidence in his way, he makes it easier. Stoppable enough! And big sure happens with Jason Tatum as he's pulling in with the great amount of them. Now Hauser will find again a Pritchard, and he now finds Brown. Brown will take the 3. One last time, no good. Rebound by Wagner. Cole Anthony's right over toward again to Caldwell Pope. Ball's loose, rebounded, and he lost the ball. That will be Celtics ball. And turning the other way with 1:07 remaining in the 4th. Well, it's totally it. I mean, now it looks like the Celtics are going to be moving on to the next round, and they will play against the winning team between the Pistons or the Knicks. I think the Knicks is going to be the next option. Oh, the rematch? Well, I'm hoping this is going to be a great one, and I'd really love to see this one. Hop from Eastern Conference and a matchup showdown between Boston and New York. Man, it's going to be a great matchup here. I can't wait to see this. Batatse with the rebound. There's 40 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. And we wish all the Magic fans a big thank you for their season. And as this woman has been turning to be the end for them, it wasn't easy enough to make the change after all. And I know they definitely didn't. They don't really deserve anything, but this happens. It just makes the finishing go after the targets. All what they don't really see now is how do you play it? What's the procedure? What's going to be the choice in? I've seen so many others, and they really have been doing it for Cole Anthony to give him some hard times. And I know the Boomer, they noticed about me is that I think that I'm going to be selecting the Knicks this time. Looks like they move on to the Eastern Conference for real, but I think this game, I think the Knicks are going to rematch it again to win it off it. Let's hope it is. After waiting here so long, Cole Anthony makes the first free throw, and Brown is finished for tonight. Porzingis will move over as Cornette's checked on the court, and Carwell Pope is finished this season in the postseason, and Harris is checked back in one last time. And that's good for the second free throw. Last finish here with 30 seconds left for the Pritchard team. And as it's been a long season of waiting, as right now the Magic season has come to the end, and we know it has been the end of its night for the Orlando Magic. Of course they're done. They know everything. It's just what happens with most of the game. You know, they don't play it often. The secret puts it in. It's just an amazing night for him to finish things off with. I've really had a fun time with the blast with the Orlando Magic, and I bet it's going to be the finishing for its night. And that's going to do your final score. It's 77-52. The biggest take everybody's been enjoying for. And as for this time, we go down to courtside for the player of the game, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Pretty much, Jason, it was a struggle last time out, but tonight we were back on track. What was the difference?
You gotta have a short-term memory. Sometimes shots just don't win, but you always gotta be aggressive and just make the right play.
You're like a quarterback in basketball. That's weird. But you got you a win tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you very much. And the end of the season has been finished off for Orlando Magic. They will return by 2025 to 26. Thank you all for watching for this first part of the game of the crossover of the NBA and NHL. This is Tyler, and along with my broadcast partner, we can't wait to have the next game underway soon. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Good night, everybody. All right, thank you very much. What a great win for the Boston Celtics. They are moving back into the second round for the second time, as they are adding 4 consecutive wins in the first round of the game. And this was no luckier than that. Here's how you did with the total statistics. 58 for the field goals for Boston, and only 53 pointers for the Boston Celtics with 90 free throws. Then the Orlando Magic only had 20 fast break points with 44 points in the paint, and it was 6 chance points. That was definitely amazing enough with 24 bench points. And then the Celtics had 22 assists in that game. 9 for defensive rebounds for Orlando, and 30 defensive rebounds for Boston Celtics. Only 7 steals for Orlando Magic, and it was only 7 blocks that made for Boston Celtics. Then it was 3 turnovers for Orlando Magic. Then it was 3 team fouls for the Boston Celtics. Only 12 for Orlando on the dunk. 27 biggest lead, and 18-26 time of possession for the Boston Celtics. Well, that's all it can go for now. Boston Celtics are back in business to get back into the conference semifinals. Let's see if they can do it again. All right, Jay, I have it all for you. For 3 star players of the game, take it away. All right, thank you so much. Time for the 30 star players of the game. Starting off is Jaylen Brown. He has 13 points to finish things off with 1 rebound, and has only 3 assists of each game. They only had 6 out of 9 field goals at the range. Not so well oftenly, only 1 3-pointer was made in. 1 dunk, 20 performance effort. This was a finish line to success. Number 2, player of the game goes to Jason Tatum with 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and shushed the crowd in Orlando. 8 out of 10 field goals, 2 out of 3 3-pointers, and 27 performance effort. Well, big shutout at that point in each series, so that was it. Orlando Magic couldn't do the thing. It just turned it often. And your number 1 star player of the game goes to no one, but they know, Derek White, with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 block, 6 out of 9 field goals with 3 3-pointers, and 21 performance effort. This was incredible for Derek White on number 9. He does everything, just like Tatum. It doesn't make that happen unless you do it again. And that about wraps up for the first game. We'll send you back to NHL for the NHL's Stanley Cup playoffs of the Avs and the Stars coming up at 8:30. So make sure to get ready to send you over to the other side, because this video of the game has been concluded. And it will be ending it in just about 1 minute left to remain in this part of the game.
and we'll be back here to get ready for our next part of the game, Lakers and Warriors. This is Infamous Beast, and along with me and Jay, we'll see you folks next time. For as a while is the NBA 2k25 playoff dial, and I'll be seeing you all again back very soon. Lakers and Warriors, 10 p.m. Get ready for the next game. See you folks next time, and so long in Orlando, Florida. Until then.
If you don't, somebody will.